Hello and welcome to today's episodes.
Yes, on our episode today we are going to talk about how we quit our jobs on the same day, and you will not believe which year we quit our jobs.
2020. 2020 was the year.
Yes, 31st January 2020, I resigned from my job after working there for about 5 years. And how did you decide to quit as well?
For me, it was long coming. I had always wanted to quit my job. Like from 2019, I kept on saying, I need to quit, but I had the fear of, okay, when I quit, what next? And I kept on asking God, just give me a sign, this is it. And you know, like in 2019, I knew for sure I wanted to quit my job, but I didn't have the guts. And in January 2020 is when something happened in the office and I was like, I'm done. I am done. Like, if that's, I think the day I quit for me is the day I knew I was truly born again. You know the way things happen and you want to tell your boss off, like, go to, like, I was so done. I felt like I had taken in so much, I had put up with so much, and my heart could not take it anymore. Like, I was done. So the day I decided to jump, I was like, if I die, I die. You remember talking about the lepers, the 4 lepers who said they need to go to the city because either way they will die. Yes. I was in that situation because I looked at where I was and mentally, and I was not in a good space. And it's like a slow death, you know, you're not happy, your mental health is at risk. And I thought to myself, if I stay here, I will still die. So let me jump, at least I have chances of not dying. So that was me now deciding, it's time.
You know, you said something and I didn't know about this, that you started feeling like that in 2019.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Because I also started feeling, I started feeling my time is coming to an end around 2018. But when my husband told me, why do you want to quit? The reason I gave him, he said, no, that's not good enough. There has to be a better reason than what you just said. So I waited it out. But in 2019, March, I will not forget, I wrote my resignation letter. And I let it stay on the laptop. Like, I know one day,
you are ready to go.
I will submit it. I am ready to go. And for me, I was just waiting. I was telling God, Aki, I am so out of here. Please, I just need you to tell me, Kendi, sa. You know, they used to tell dogs kitambo, sa. That's what I felt like. Just tell me. I will go. I will run, no turning back. And that day came January 2020, and I remember, you know, the way churches always do a fasting and prayer week in January. So I started mine before even the church started, and I was telling God, I need clarity, because the moment I reported in Jan, I just felt a bit uneasy. From 29th March, this was now 2019, now this was January 2020, and I remember praying, and it was like a bombshell. 31st. Wow, this month.
Yours was clear.
It was so clear.
Yours was clear. I knew,
so clear.
like for me, I knew in my heart that I need to leave this place. I was uncomfortable. I stopped enjoying what I was doing, and I knew I was not giving my best, and I knew it was time. But you see, God will, if you're not getting it, if you're not getting it, stuff will happen and you will end up leaving. And for me, it was those ones of, like, I'm fed up because it's a decision that I did not even consult my husband. Oh my goodness. When you're married, don't do this. Please don't try this at home or in your marriage. Yes. I didn't even consult him because I felt like I am tired. He knew I had I had had that desire for a while. But I felt like if I told him at that particular moment, he would tell me to stay, and I was not willing. Like, Kendi, I used to tell myself, even if my boss called me and told me, I'm going to give you 10 million, I would,
and you're just done.
No,
Are you sure? Because when that 10 million is put there, it's a different story.
Funny enough, when he was interviewing me, he asked me, you know the way they ask you what are your weaknesses, and I told him one thing, and I knew in my heart he got it. I told him I can put up with a lot. You know, I can put up with a lot. But when I'm done, I am done. There's nothing you can say or do. Like, I'm done, I'm done.
You're out of it.
Yes. And he respected that. When I told him, like, now I'm done, like, he respected that. And he didn't try, like, to tell me, oh, you stay. Because I feel like even him, he had seen the signs of, you know,
coming out.
Done,
I think I went through a transition as well. And without getting into details of what happened, because it's not like there was a big incident that happened that led to my quitting. It was one of those, it was progressively, things that just kept on happening progressively, and it got to a point I felt like if I stay here, I'd rather leave a legacy than wait to tarnish my name before I leave, because I was getting very tired. I never looked forward to going to work.
I can relate 100, like 200, 1,000%.
And I'm one of those people, when I enjoy what I'm doing, I will be there on time, I will hang in there.
You give your 1,000%.
My colleagues will tell you, my former colleagues will be like, yes, I was that person. I will be there on time, I will stay until the time elapses. But I got to a point I was like, I can't wake up in the morning. I just don't want to wake up.
What happened? Because me, I can tell what happened to me. I felt, when I look back, I can tell that I'm those people who, I love challenges and I don't say no to things because I want to challenge myself and see whether I can. I'm those people. And every time everything was thrown at me, I just put it head on. So work kept on piling and piling and piling. And I felt like goals were being shifted when it comes to, your pay increase. Like your boss would say one thing and do another. And at some point I started resenting now my boss, because I felt like I'm doing this much and then you're paying me this much. I mean, they don't...
It's not commensurate.
Yes. So now for me, when I look back, I can tell where I started now. Things started going wrong because I took more than I could handle. Like, I was a PA, I was a real estate man, like everything. Like, people would call my boss and ask for something, and then, no, call Esther. No, call Esther. Have you talked to Esther? Yeah, I was that person. And people, I think the worst thing after now I left is when now people are like, hey, you thought you were being paid, I don't know how much. I remember even there's another person the way now I was managing even real estate, and there was this guy who was helping me to go and auction some stuff. And he was telling me, nilikuwa 5 figure kwenda juu. I was like, I wish. Because you see, people are seeing the kind of work you're doing.
I mean 6 figures, not 5.
6. Yes. I mean 6. People look at the work you're doing and they're sure, you must be doing very well, even pay-wise. But unfortunately, it did reflect. And I got to a point whereby I felt now I'm not getting value for my time. And more is demanded of me. And I resented, like, the way I used to hate, like, Monday would come and I hated going to work. And I hated going to work. You know the way weekend will come. And then
so excited about Friday.
Yes. And then what happened when we started the company, we weren't going on Saturdays. Then kidogo, even your Saturday has been taken. Like me, and then I started getting sick. You see, when you're stressed out, your immunity is also affected and you're vulnerable to diseases. Even kidogo diseases will just knock you down. And I started getting sick. I just hated life in general. I would say, like, for me, the point of quitting my job, my mental health was not doing okay. And that's why I didn't care what my husband thought about.
You were just done.
Like, I was done. Like, let me quit.
Nice.
I know. And you remember me telling you, like, yeah, I called you. I remember I called you and I told you I've quit. And my husband doesn't know about it. Like, I know this one will go down, but I am not staying there. Yeah, I know. Later on, I tried to defend myself.
You did. You did, and I was excited. I was not buying into it.
I know.
This was just wrong.
I was like, I need to, the way when you know you're wrong, just humble yourself before the Lord and accept. But you see, the fact that I was not doing well mentally, and also I think, I would say 2019 was my hardest year, because I was also newly married. Yeah. So a lot of things were going on. You're trying to settle in your marriage, your job place is not working for you, you're being overworked. As in 2019 was just another difficult year for me. But later on, I apologized. After fighting, I was, why should I tell you? If Candy says we are strong-willed, like, when we feel we are right, sometimes we fight. We fight it like, yeah, I know I'm right, and that's how I reacted when we're having that conversation. And of course, when I look back, I was wrong, and I did something wrong, and I later on, I accepted my mistakes and apologized to my husband.
That was good.
Yeah, I had to.
That was good.
I had to.
He forgave you, yes?
Yes.
After how long?
He has no choice. Like, you have no choice. You see, by the time I was apologizing, like, it was a while. It was a while, and when you're married, in your first year of marriage, there's so much is going on. Like, it's not even the only thing that you're fighting about.
Yeah.
You're trying to come together. You haven't lived together. You're trying to accommodate each other. So there were so many other things. And my husband, if you consider him, you will be like, he will let you know, but he will be quiet after that. So I had to, when now we started now resolving our issues, and I had to acknowledge that on a particular day, because I told him late, not even, like, he was out of town. I remember it was on a Saturday. We were talking on phone the whole time. But I never even mentioned to him, because I know him also. It's good to know your husband, how he react. So I needed to tell him in person. So he came home on Sunday. Nikamwangalia hivi, nikampima to see whether I can
spill the beans.
Yes. And I saw, like, no, let me wait. Let me see how things go on Monday. So I decided to tell him on Monday, and shocked. You can imagine how shocked he was. Like, your wife decides to quit and even.
And the one thing about our husbands that is so common is that he hardly ever catch.
Yeah.
It takes a while before they catch. We are the fire.
Yes,
we are the feisty ones.
My mom kept on telling, if things don't work, it's you. It's you. And I'm like, Mom, sure.
My mom just told me, just know, hakuna space. If it's not a matter of life and death, hakuna space. You already left.
Yeah.
And she was always, at least, okay, for her, she comes from being a psychologist. She'd want to hear both sides, and then, but I was the one who was constantly called out.
Yeah.
But the beauty is that we married husbands with a very nice temperament.
Yes.
Super chilled, hardly ever get upset. But wakishikanare, sindo tunakutana na fire extinguisher, hata si fire extinguisher, the whole freaking truck.
Yes. Yes.
Because
I keep on telling my mom, you do not know my husband. You have not seen him when he's mad. Because a lot of the time he keeps his cool, but when he loses his cool, you do not want to be there. Like, you have to intervene. Like, I have to intervene. I have to calm him down and just show, like, please calm down. Yeah.
So was he furious?
He was angry, but he didn't, like, show it. Like, he was angry. I could tell he was angry. Even I would be angry. But yeah, he just took it as a man, and he he communicated how he felt about it. At that particular point, I didn't, as I said, I didn't care for it. Like,
You were just done.
yeah, and I was just defending myself. I could not even bring myself to acknowledge that whatever I had done was wrong. Yeah. Yeah, but later on, but the most important thing is that I quit. I had, it was in 2020, we had a great plan. Great
The
plan.
way we started that year with on a positive note.
We had great plans.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Things happen.
yes.
So tune in into the next episode.
Yeah.
Episode? Yes.
Yeah. I think this should be a series of quitting our jobs.
Yes. Tune in to listen to part 2 of how it went down, because this is just the top of it. We haven't gotten to exactly what 2020 did to us after we quit our jobs. So tune in,
Until
like,
the next episode.
share, and subscribe.
Yes.
Ciao.
Bye.